Sharp as a shooter on the rooftop, yeah. I'ma keep it going when you not, yeah. Line you up like Picasso with a paintbrush, yeah. Man, I got a hustle that you can't touch, yeah. I play with the Clippers, not the NBA.
Hi, this your boy Jay Blue Collar Barber. I'm your host of the podcast. I play with the Clippers, not the NBA. As you can see, I'm here with my man JP, John Paul, Bambino the Barber.
Yes, sir.
Man, what's going on, man? How you been, brother?
Pretty good, bro.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
Man, thank you, man. Thanks for taking the time, man, to do this interview, man.
Absolutely.
Real quick, bro, just want to jump right into it, man. How did you become a barber?
Man, honestly, I've done several things in life. Construction, went to school a few times. Didn't really see myself doing it long term.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I got involved in the drug culture a little bit and made a lot of wrong decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And you go rest your neck for a little while, and you contemplate on what direction you want your life to go. And so when I got out of the situation I was in, I was kind of just almost letting my higher power guide me, and all the signs was pointing towards barbering. And early on in life, I probably cut a few heads here and there, high school, but
When did you know you had the gift for barbering?
I was in barber school, and I realized that my cuts were already, I hadn't really done a lot of cutting, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that my cuts were already just coming together. They were molding a lot better than some of the people I was around.
Okay.
And then I was getting on Instagram and noticing all the amazing things that these barbers were doing. I was just baffled. I loved it. I was like, dang, this is a way bigger world than what I thought. I thought I was just going to be cutting hair and making money, supporting my family, and going home. And then I started looking at everybody's artwork, and I was started to treat it like art.
Right.
And I drew a little bit growing up, dabbled in some art, but not a ton. And I started looking at designs, and I just started copying other people's designs.
Mm-hmm.
Just to brush up my skills.
Well, that's how it
techniques.
starts, you know what I mean? Until you add your own flavor to it, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But,
So I just started going all the way in with no fear. I wasn't scared to try things. I wasn't scared to ask questions.
So when did you go to barber school? How old are you now? I mean, well, not age. How long have you been cutting as a licensed professional barber?
I turned 33 on the 22nd, which is in two weeks maybe. But I went to school when I was 28.
Okay.
So
you
I
just
graduated.
5 years in?
Yeah, I've been cutting for about 3.5. It took about a year and a half to get through school.
Okay.
So I've been a licensed barber for 3.5, going on 4 years.
Well, I've been following you too, man. And what's funny is I believe I met you at the Brown Brothers Hair Show, right? And you were with Jeter. And
with the owner of Prince Cuts.
Amir, yeah. Jeter and Amir and I worked together when Jeter had Above the Rim cuts over there on Maxwell Line. Then I was able to get a haircut from you. I was blessed to get that. I just saw you working. I was like, I'm going to go to Lexington one day and get a haircut.
Yeah.
So with that being said, man, do you like the fact that it's you have financial freedom in barbering, freedom period, you come and go? Do you take advantage of the fact that you're your own boss, per se?
Absolutely. I've had a million bosses, and I've never disliked them too much, but I never really liked anybody.
Right.
Nobody wants to live a life with someone over their head telling them what to do. So it's definitely a 100% perk to basically do as you want. But also, there's different levels to barbering as well. So when you first start out and you go into a shop and you don't have any clientele, you're still under the wings of the owner,
right?
Obviously, because there's still obligations that need to be made. Rent. You need to sweep up after yourself. You have to clean up the shop because you're a part of a team.
Right.
So you're not fully 100% your own boss. There are certain things that you do, like make your own schedule and whatnot, but still, until you get to the point where you can fill up a whole schedule, a whole month full of people, and you can have the freedom to go to wherever you want, and you know that you're not going to miss a dollar. Then you truly feel free.
So, can you elaborate though on that team effort as far as when you're in the barbershop? Although it's not yours, apparently you take being a team player serious.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you don't mind, can you elaborate on that, please?
I think from the top of the food chain, the guy who owns the shop, the example needs to be made from the top and needs to trickle its way down. First thing, okay. Secondly, if you're a team like any other team, you're representing something. You're representing a name. You chose to come to Mr. Cuts. This is where I work.
Right.
As a group, collectively, we tag Mr. Cuts on Instagram. We try to be the best barbershop in the city. That is our goal, and it's not going to happen just one person.
Right.
And so that trickles down from how much money we make, to the type of clientele we have, to the type of people we let in our shop, to our clothes, we're not looking dingy, to us cleaning up after ourselves.
It's funny you say that, man. You speaking
if
of
someone
clothes.
comes in the shop and they see that it's a wreck, that's not just the owner's thing.
Right.
Someone
It falls
says,
on everybody.
I'm not going to Mr. Cuts because Larry Mashney, the owner, didn't clean the shop. No, they're not going to come here because it's dirty, because it's just a dirty shop, and we are all representing that shop.
Man, I appreciate that, man, because that's the way it has to be whenever you're trying to develop a business. Even at McDonald's, everybody has to do what they supposed to do. You got the people that run the cash register, you got the people that drop the fries, you got the people that flip the burgers and dress the burgers. So, with that, man, you said going back to dingy. We pride ourselves at the campus barbershop where I'm at, owner and operator, in dressing in shirt and tie every day, Monday through Thursday. But Friday and Saturday we dress down, just because we want the particular clientele that we have come in to see us as upstanding citizens and professionals in our business. But as far as the community is concerned, do you do any community work as far as giving back to the homeless, back to school, or church events, or anything like that? Do you feel an obligation to do that?
I definitely feel an obligation, because the position that I was in life, when I was at rock bottom and not having anything, I feel truly blessed now. So I'm a firm believer in karma. You know what I mean? So whatever you put out is what you receive, and that is just how I live my life. So I try to give back as much as I can to where it doesn't affect me financially and supporting my family.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
we don't want you breaking your neck to give back, but because we are a community service, community-oriented business, we get our money from the community, we get our marketing from the community. So I think it's kind of twofold. You have to give back in order to continue to reap the blessings, and if you believe in karma, like you said, that's one way of getting.
I do. Once a year, I'll sponsor a kid. I'll make a post on social media. A kid that's a good kid that enjoys haircuts and whose parents aren't in the best financial position. So I'll allow them to come. I'll choose one. I'll get like 10 people to respond. I'll choose one. I'll allow them to come every 2 weeks on a certain day that they can get transportation. And I'll give them a free haircut every 2 weeks for a whole year. Not also did I start doing that this year.
Oh, wow. Y'all heard that? This man just goes in his bag, sponsors a child that's underprivileged, I'm assuming, because you said needs to be able to get a ride here. Yes. And he does it every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks for a year. This is marketing. Not only is he giving it back out of his heart, but it is marketing.
Yes.
And
every kid that whoever's guardian responded to, I found a barber for too. So there's 10 kids that I got barbers for that participated in that this year.
Oh, okay, that's good, man. What do you have a name for that service, or is just?
No, I actually I got the idea from a barber that I've been following since barber school. He's in Chicago.
Okay.
I follow him on Facebook. His Instagram name is Sharp Skills.
And see, that's another thing, man. Not to cut you
It
off,
was a
but I
great
really appreciate the fact that you follow somebody,
Yeah.
utilize an idea that can help our community.
It
You
wasn't
know what
my
I mean?
idea, but
Right, right. And then you give props and you cite your source
Yeah.
of whose idea it was, man. That's good. As we go further, man, I just wanted to, I know you're on campus. I mean, I know you're in Lexington, and Lexington's like a big college town.
Yeah.
With some of the UK basketball players, football players. You want to talk about that? Do you have any of those as clients? You know,
This year was the first year that I got into cutting some of the basketball players. Originally, I thought it was like a really great opportunity. I do want to say that it's not the best opportunity for everybody.
right.
So, for me,
Can you explain that though?
over the summer, I was cutting pretty much a handful of them. The job looked really desirable because I'm in Lexington and
Yeah.
they're studs here.
Yeah.
So I go down there and, just the amount of money and the amount of time that it took me, I guess mixed with a little bit of the character that some of the guys had, it just wasn't for me. So I decided to it was hard to do because it's just so desired here. All the barbers from the bottom to the top
Want to
want to cut somebody so that they can tag them on Instagram and get more followers, basically.
Right.
And honestly, after all the ones that I cut, I haven't posted a picture of any of them because I believe that you can't use them for advertisement. So I haven't posted any photos with them, but after a little period of time, I kept Tyler Harrow as a client. I still cut him.
Well, you can
Nick
tag
Richards.
them, and you can do, long as they don't receive any
Right.
perks or benefits from it, you can tag them.
I know there's a letter that UK puts out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't read the letter, but I didn't want to be that guy to. I didn't want people to think that I had big nuts. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to be like, oh, I'm doing it. Or
Oh shit, my fault, fellas.
I didn't want to be like, oh, hey, look at me. That was the first thing I didn't want. Because I already have a decent following, and I already have an idea of who I am. I don't need to prove that to anybody. So that's one reason why I haven't posted anything. The other reason is I didn't want to be the guy, maybe in case something was said or
Right,
something
right.
happened. I didn't want to be
You
the
just
guy.
wanted to see why, hey, you know what I
Right.
mean, cover your own
I
ass.
enjoy meeting them. I enjoy being in the facility. It feels good to know that I have the skills that they would seek me out to say, hey, can you cut our hair? That enough for me is beneficial enough. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
So,
Just basically, you didn't want the stigma of cutting the players because it might bring positivity
Yes.
because you're cutting them,
Right.
but it could be attached with negative stigma as
Absolutely.
these guys are prima donnas and
Yeah.
you know they want you to bend over backwards for
Then-
them. Hell, they only here a year anyway. You know
Yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
a lot of the barbers that see the players, they immediately hate. I've witnessed it. You'll see someone's haircut and think, oh, who cut his hair? You know what I mean? Like,
I could do it better.
that's just already like a negative energy that's going towards you. Like,
right,
not for me.
right.
I'm good.
So,
I know I go down there and do my best. If people don't like it, that's fine. But I don't really, like you said, there's positive and negatives, and the positive I get from it, I already get. I don't need any more. I don't want to teeter on that line.
Right. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Again, man, taking the time out doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is just something that I wanted to do personally as a barber, getting outside from behind the chair, and something that's needed. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think that it's needed to where we can do other things besides cut hair and fulfill a market that has been untapped as far as a podcast where we talk to different barbers.
Man, you're
And
the man.
I've been blessed. Thanks, man. I've been blessed to do interviews with people that have cut Shaquille O'Neal, people that have cut NBA YoungBoy, Killer Mike's Barbershop. I was down in Atlanta.
That's dope.
Yusef the Barber. What's up, Chapter Yusef? I always have to be confidential with the clients that he cut because he doesn't want that out there, and he doesn't want to be perceived as a celebrity barber per se, and I respect his wishes.
Speaking of Yusef, man, I admire Yusef.
Straight up, man. Shout out to Yusef.
The man's a hustler.
Yes.
He has just a great attitude that I've noticed towards everything. It's never negative on his Instagram, and he's very successful.
Yes, he is.
Someone to look up to, for real.
So that's the whole reason. Again, man, I'm just trying to piece everybody together in this barbering industry. Whether we in Kentucky, Georgia, Ohio, or wherever we are, man, I just want this podcast platform to grow, and it's growing. I got different interviews with different individuals, like I said, Nick the Barber up in Cincinnati, Vegas the Barber in Louisville, and so now I'm doing you, and I'm just taking this as far as I can, man. But like I said, it was a platform that was needed, and I wanted to reach out to some really good barbers, and then have the get the ball rolling, and then other people would like to join if they see the progression. I hope it grows too, man. So hopefully I can see, I'll send you the links and everything, and then you can share that on whatever pages you on. It's streaming on 106 FMKY, so it's a Power 106 FMKY. So if you want to shout out any tags or any of your Instagram handles, please do.
My Instagram is at Bambino_the Barber.
That's how I found it, so I get a haircut. So.
Yes, sir. Lexington, Kentucky. Mr. Cuts Barbershop.
And is that it?
My full name is John Paul Beluccio.
So what is that? What are you?
Italian.
Italian. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's a good brother right here. So again, man, thank you again for being a guest on the I Play with the Clippers, Not the NBA, the podcast. I look forward to working with you again.
Sir.
Again, you watching and listening and tuned in to the I Play with the Clippers, Not the NBA, the podcast. Again, I'm your host, Divine Cuts. Thank you again for tuning in.